Welcome to this custom deep dive. We take a stack of information, pull out the most important nuggets, and sort of connect the dots for you. Today, we're plunging into the latest developments in artificial intelligence as of July 3, 2025. Our mission today really is to unpack three significant AI news items, things that are shaping the landscape right now. We've gathered insights from, recent web sources and posts on X, and we're specifically focusing on new developments. So just to be clear, we're skipping updates on things like Meta's Superintelligence Labs, ECMWF's AIFS, Cloudflare's pay per crawl.
Right, or Microsoft's MAI Diagnostic Orchestrator, Baidu's ERNIE 4.5, OpenAI's GPT-5. That stuff's not on the list today.
Exactly. Instead, we've got some pretty fascinating new frontiers to explore. Okay, so let's unpack this and dive into what's been happening. First up, Google. They're making a pretty significant move with the global rollout of VO3. What really caught my eye here is how this is supposed to enhance video generation capabilities for creators everywhere, really.
Yeah, it's a major step forward. It definitely builds on Google's existing AI video tech. But what stands out with VO3, I think, is the aim for significantly improved quality and, importantly, accessibility. It seems like they're specifically targeting creators with more advanced tools. You see people online calling it a global creative upgrade, basically. And, the real breakthrough could be democratizing stuff that used to need high-end production setups, letting indie creators get almost cinematic quality without, huge render farms.
Okay, cinematic quality, that's a pretty bold claim, isn't it? Especially for independent creators. So what does this actually mean for someone, say, trying to make content on a, tighter budget? Is it truly a game changer, or is it more incremental?
Well, that's the million-dollar question, right?
Yeah.
Its full impact. That's going to hinge on user adoption. And crucially, how well it performs across really diverse regions and different creative styles. Well, it certainly has the potential to redefine how video content gets made. Its success is ultimately, in the hands of the users. How robust is it in real-world scenarios? Kind of makes you wonder, how adaptable will it really be for all those different creative needs and cultural contexts worldwide?
Yeah, good point. Okay, so moving from the visual side, let's shift to language. Because the demand for underlying computational efficiency, well, it's just constantly rising. And that brings us to what sounds like a significant leap in language processing. Inception Labs is launching something called Mercury, a new large language model. And here's where it gets really interesting for speed and efficiency.
Indeed. So recent web reports describe Mercury as a fast commercial-scale diffusion LLM. Now, a diffusion LLM, basically, it's a newer type of large language model. Instead of generating the whole response at once, it kind of builds it incrementally, which often leads to, well, remarkable speed and efficiency. What's really noteworthy is that Mercury reportedly matches the performance of existing top models, like GPT 4.1 Nano and Claude 3.5 Haiku. But the standout detail, the real kicker, is its speed. It runs supposedly 7 times faster.
7 times faster. Wow, that sounds like a monumental leap. Could this fundamentally change how businesses deploy AI, maybe making real-time applications viable where they just weren't before? Or even, impacting the whole economics of cloud computing for these LLMs?
You've hit on a crucial point there. It's not just about general efficiency. It's about what that speed unlocks, right? This isn't only about faster chatbots. It could fundamentally transform AI apps by seriously cutting inference costs and enabling real-time, ultra-responsive AI interactions. Think about industries where latency was always the barrier. Maybe instant hyper-personalized customer service or complex financial models running in just milliseconds. However, its real-world testing is still ongoing. Widespread adoption will depend on factors like, cost and production, and how seamlessly it integrates with existing enterprise systems. That's always a big one. The challenge really will be maintaining that speed and performance consistently under heavy commercial load.
All right, consistency is key. Okay, now let's shift gears again to the hardware side. Because, the ultimate capabilities of AI are often limited by the actual chips powering them, and Microsoft's custom AI chip Braga, the one co-developed with OpenAI, it seems it's faced a setback. Now, while some might see this as just a temporary hiccup, isn't a delay like this potentially a serious blow to Microsoft's ambitions? Could it let competitors gain some critical ground in the hardware race?
Yeah, that's a totally valid concern. The Braga chip, which was specifically meant to power AI workloads, its mass production, has indeed been delayed, pushed back to 2026 now. And the reason given is last-minute design changes, as reported earlier this week. You're already seeing some people describe it as a roadblock in AI hardware innovation. But, it's also worth considering, while this delay could certainly slow down some AI advancements that we're counting on this specific chip, it also presents an opportunity, maybe, for refinement. A more deliberate pace might, in the end, lead to a more robust and refined chip when it is finally released.
So it's that classic balancing act, isn't it? The need for speed versus the pursuit of perfection, maybe. Do you think in this super fast-paced world of AI development that a temporary setback for a more resilient future, is that a worthwhile trade-off? Or does the pressure to just be first simply outweigh that?
It's the perennial dilemma in tech, isn't it? That competitive pressure to innovate quickly, it's just immense. But the consequences of rushed hardware, especially for something as foundational as an AI chip, they can be pretty far-reaching. I mean, a delay for design changes suggests, or at least implies, a commitment to stability and reliability. It definitely creates immediate challenges for Microsoft, no doubt, but it could pay dividends in the long run, in terms of performance and trust for their AI infrastructure.
Interesting perspective. Okay, so with all these developments, we've got video generation, super fast LLMs, hardware delays. It's maybe no surprise that the hashtag AI evolution is trending on X today. What's the general sentiment out there? What are people saying?
Yeah, it's trending. And what's really striking is the mixed sentiment you see. There's clear, palpable enthusiasm for these new tools and capabilities. People are buzzing about VO3's creative potential, the sheer speed of Mercury. But there's also this noticeable undercurrent of concern, worries surrounding practical challenges like the Braga chip delay. You see a lot of posts calling this a pivot point for AI, which I think reflects both its dynamic growth and, well, the inherent complexities and challenges that come with such rapid innovation.
Right. So it's not just about the individual news items in isolation. It's how they collectively represent this fascinating moment for AI. We're seeing just breathtaking innovation in software and models VO3 pushing creative boundaries,
Yeah.
Mercury shattering speed records. But then on the other hand, the Braga chip delay kind of reminds us that real-world deployment and scaling, they still face very tangible engineering and infrastructure challenges.
It's a dynamic tension, isn't it? This ambition for rapid progress constantly bumping up against the realities of engineering.
Exactly, that sums it up pretty well. So we've taken a deep dive today into Google's VO3 global rollout, Inception Labs Mercury LLM debut, and that delay of Microsoft's Braga AI chip. It's just so clear that AI keeps evolving, presenting us with both incredibly powerful new tools and um, complex new challenges.
Yeah, and zooming out, if you look at the bigger picture, this mix of rapid innovation in AI software and language models, alongside the very practical challenges in hardware development and scaling, it really paints a pretty comprehensive picture of where AI stands today. It's a field just characterized by these incredible breakthroughs that often seem to outpace the underlying physical infrastructure needed to support them.
Absolutely. And that all leads us to, I think, a fascinating question for you, the listener, to consider. As AI continues its rapid evolution, what do you think is more critical for its overall progress? Is it breakneck speed, that first-to-market advantage? Or is it a more deliberate pace, one that truly ensures robustness, stability, reliability, even if it means some delays along the way? How do we as a society really balance that undeniable drive for innovation with the crucial need for dependable, well-engineered AI systems? Something to think about.